Hey everybody, welcome. Today I'm here because I want to talk about a little situation that's going on with Eboni K. Williams and Leah McSweeney from season 13 of the Real Housewives of New York. So, okay guys, everybody knows that season 13 of the Real Housewives of New York was very controversial. It was historically the lowest rated season of the show. There was a lot of talk that was going around that time because this was I think around 2020, 2021, where a lot of things were, the political climate was out through the roof. People were really divided, had strong opinions, and Eboni came onto the show with a vision to bring a lot of these issues into the show and to be an advocate. But as we know, that didn't really turn out very well. So much to the point that they had to scrap the reunion. Not only that, they had to get rid of the entire cast and make a completely different show, which is now Real Housewives of New York and then Real Housewives of New York Legacy. Which, by the way, Legacy, there has been so many articles that have been coming out saying that there's been a lot of disputes. There even came an article saying that the whole thing was scrapped, but Andy did go on his Twitter and tell people that don't believe everything you read, but apparently there are a lot of disputes when it comes to the negotiations on their contracts for Real Housewives of New York Legacy. The Real Housewives of New York, who got an entire new cast, a whole reboot, is going to be coming on pretty soon. They also had some controversy regarding some of the cast, and I think one of the cast members, she quit. When she had already started filming, she just quit. But anyway, what I wanted to come to talk about though is that, during that season where things were a little chaotic with Eboni, she was having a lot of issues with Ramona and even Luann a little bit. One person who kind of seemed to have her back a little bit was Leah McSweeney. So that's why it came as a surprise when we found out that they actually didn't really get along that much behind the scenes. I had kind of heard about this before, but now it's really out there. Matter of fact, Eboni was on The View recently. She was promoting, because she has a new book coming out, so that's what she was promoting, and they touched on what happened in that season. And Eboni pretty much, she talks bad about Ramona every time, so that doesn't surprise me. But what did surprise me is that she said that the only person who understood anything about what she was trying to do was Sonia Morgan. So it surprised me that she didn't mention anything about Leah, because like I mentioned, they did seem to have some sort of connection on the show, but it turns out that they didn't. And not only that, apparently on Eboni's book, she doesn't put Leah on the best light. They don't even follow each other on Instagram, which isn't that big of a deal, but it kind of is in a way. But just today, Leah McSweeney's trainer, he went on his Instagram and he basically wrote about Eboni, and I'm going to read it word for word for what he said. He said, "In other news, I got blocked by Eboni for commenting on a BS claim she made about McSweeney in a book she wrote. If you believe it, back it up. If you think McSweeney was using you as a sidekick, say it to her face. Keep in mind, as the greatest sidekick of all time on Real Housewives of New York, I know a thing or two about sidekicks. My job was safe. To speculate about someone's motives instead of asking them says more about how you think, not them. McSweeney is one of the most loyal people I have ever come across and has a heart of gold. Enjoy the 30 pieces of silver they gave you to betray her. You'll need it. As far as the rest of the show goes, at least they tried. Give them some credit for that. Fighting for justice on Bravo is kind of like fighting global warming on the Food Network. You really showed them over there at Fox with your courageous reporting. By the way, is Kimberly Guilfoyle as smart in real life as she is on TV? Anywho, hope you unblock me someday. I can do my part in keeping things real. By the way, my dog has his own Instagram account, so if you get any side remarks from a sarcastic pitbull, it's not me. Hashtag RHONY, hashtag bring back Dinsdale, and hashtag bring back Dorinda." I agree with that last part, bring back Dorinda. But let's talk about what he said. Well, first of all, it kind of surprises me that he went there. He went for the jugular. He completely he was like determined to hit a strike, and it was pretty, what, I'm even having a little bit harder time to like putting it into words because I didn't expect it. But it's really interesting that he, like, I give him some credit for coming to the defense of his friend Leah McSweeney. Do I think he should have, gotten involved? Maybe not. I don't see the point because Eboni's not returning to Real Housewives. I mean, let's just be honest. She's still on Bravo. She was on Watch What Happens Live this Sunday. She's still like good friends with the network, but she's never going to return to any show that has anything to do with the Housewife brand because she just doesn't fit. In my opinion, I think she would be a perfect co-host on The View, something that is a little bit more political, more like news type of thing. But a lot of people are talking about that one line that says, fighting for justice on Bravo is kind of like fighting global warming on the Food Network. I was like, damn, I mean, that's very interesting because I do remember that when all this was going on, a lot of people were saying, we are watching the Housewives for entertainment, so we don't want you to be preaching to us, blah, blah, blah. So I get both sides, but then the other side is saying, you know what, like, let's make this a learning opportunity for people who are watching the show. I gotta say, the one scene that I do kind of remember thinking Eboni was doing way too much was when she went over to Ramona's house and she was asking her who did she vote for or what did she think about the election, and Ramona said it once, like, calm. She's like, I don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about politics. Yeah, Eboni kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And they were at Ramona's house. So I was like, Eboni, no. Like, when someone says no, it means no. But like I said, Eboni has been going on like a little tour promoting her book. And I mean, even before the book, she has always talked bad about Ramona. But this McSweeney thing is pretty interesting. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think about her trainer, Leah McSweeney's trainer, going and like defending her on Instagram and attacking Eboni? Do you think it was a good thing as a friend, or do you think he should have stayed out of it? And what do you think about Eboni? Do you guys think she would ever come back to Real Housewives? Like I said, I don't think so, but let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good one.